Hi guys, you are so welcome back. I know this class is a little bit of a longer one, but I promise you, you have done the hardest part just by getting into your Pilates clothes and clicking play on this video. You are going to feel so good mentally and physically after this class, I promise. We're going to get into all the major muscle groups and we're going to get started straight away, no equipment needed. So get nice and comfy in a nice seated position and you can close down those eyes. And we'll start, as usual, taking 3 deep breaths. So in through the nose. And slowly exhale through the mouth. Breathing in, filling those lungs with air. And as you exhale, feel those ribs sliding down and inwards. Final one, make this the deepest breath yet. And as you slowly exhale, feel those shoulders melting away from the ears. Wiggling those fingers and toes and opening up those eyes. We're going to start with a little spine twist. So one hand on the opposite knee. Use that other hand for leverage. Just get that lovely twist in your spine, keeping up nice and tall. With every exhale, can you get a little bit deeper into that twist? Lovely. Inhale to center, exhale to that other side. Imagine your spine is like a wet towel or a wet cloth. You're wringing all that wetness out. Lovely. Back to center. Couple of arm reaches. Big inhale. Lovely and tall. Interlace those fingers at the top. Big exhale around and down. We'll go for 2 more. Picking up a little bit of pace here as we get nice and warm. Reaching up as high as you can. Big exhale, final one. Pay attention to those shoulder blades. Moving across your back, squeezing together at the top and moving around and down. We are going to get going. No rest for the wicked. So we're going onto our backs. We're starting with some bridge work. We're going to get those glutes lovely and warm pretty quickly. So we're going to flatten our hands onto the mat. Really grind our triceps, so the back of our upper arms into the mat. Take an inhale. As you exhale, we're rolling that tailbone backwards, lifting it off the mat along with our middle back, one spine bone at a time, up nice and tall. Take an inhale at the top. And as you exhale, slowly rolling your way down one vertebrae at a time. Finishing again with that tailbone. Lovely, guys. We'll go again. Do a couple of these in your own time. First few are less about getting those muscles working, more about really getting as much space as we can into that spine. So this is called spinal articulation. And really it is incredible for back pain, shoulder pain, knee pain, posture, confidence. Really opening up that spine is so important. Joseph Pilates, who is the inventor of Pilates, obviously, speaks about us not only being as healthy as our spine. So that is a big focus for us today. Okay, we're going to get a little bit warmer now, guys. Next time you're at the top on an on an exhale, holding here, we're going to lift our right knee up into tabletop, lower it down. Left knee into tabletop, lower it down. We're going to keep going. This is called walking man or walking woman. We're going to try keep those hips nice and steady the entire time. Well done, guys. Really nice. Imagine you've got a tray of drinks balancing on your hips. I'm always talking about a tray of drinks. I need to come up with another metaphor. Well done. You can see I'm slightly flexing my foot as I lift each knee up into tabletop. So I'm getting that muscle at the front of my shin working, that tibialis anterior. Lovely. Don't let those hips drop. We're going to go for a few more. Well done. For 4. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Well done, guys. Last 2. Final 1. dropping down, big inhale here. Exhale to lower 1 vertebrae at a time. Bring those knees in. Super quick rock, side to side. We're going to keep going. You can go back to those double leg bridges, or you can go back to that walking man or walking woman. Everyone else, we're up here in a bridge. We're going to extend that right leg. We're going to point our toe to lift it up high, and we're going to flex our foot to lower that heel down towards the ground. We're not touching the ground, we're just hovering above. And key to this one, same with the last, trying to keep those hips tall and even. We're not letting anything drop here, especially the hip on that side that is supporting all of your weight. Well done, guys. We're here for 4. For 3, inhale to lower, exhale to lift. For 2, little bit higher with that hip. Final 1, we're keeping that leg high, and little pulses to finish on that left glute. For 6, for 5. Well done, guys. 4, hold it if this is too much. We're nearly done. For 2 and 1, drop that foot down, and on an exhale, we're lowering all the way down. Bring those knees in. Really strong, guys. We are powering through this already. Okay, can we switch now to that other side? So we're going back into that bridge. Big exhale to lift 1 spine bone at a time. This time we're leaning our weight into that right side. Extend that left foot. Lift with a pointed toe. Lower with that flexed foot. Inhale to lift. Inhale, exhale to lower. I really want you guys to focus on the breath work here. If nothing else, even though there's so many benefits to focusing on the breath work for Pilates physically, but if nothing else, mentally it helps you to slightly forget about the pain of the work you're doing. Well done, guys. We're only going to go for 4. Lovely. 3. I'm going to urge you to pick those hips up even higher for the last 2. Final 1. Point that toe, and we're going little pulses with that right glute. For 7, for 6. Lovely, guys. 5. It's a really subtle movement. For 3, last 2, and 1. Drop that opposite foot, and we lower down 1 vertebrae at a time. We are done with the bridges. You'll be glad to hear. So we'll go for a little spine twist. Just to loosen out those hips, send those arms wide. We're going to send our knees together down to the right, send our gaze to the left. And again, we're in that nice twisting motion with our spine like we were earlier. Lovely. Inhale to center, exhale to that other side. Feels so nice, opening out those hips we've just worked. Coming back into center, we're grounding those feet into the mat. Bring those fingers to our temples, taking the inhale, and as we exhale, lifting our head and our chest off the mat. Excuse me, don't want to block the mic. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Can we get a little bit higher with each chest lift here? The key is to keep those elbows wide. You can cushion your head slightly with those hands if you need to. Just try not to force that neck. Keep it lovely and relaxed. And remember, shaking abs is a good sign. You're hitting the right places. We're here for 4. Well done, guys. For 3. Last 2. Lovely. Holding up on 1. We're keeping our left hand where it is. Right arm is coming around, tapping towards our ankle and back. We're going to stick with that right side for 7. Lovely, guys. How far around can we get in that reach? So we're really targeting our obliques here, all along the side of our abs for 4. Lovely. Big exhale around for 3. Really nice, guys. For 2. Lovely. Final 1. We're coming back into center. Little pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering down. Bring those knees in for a little relaxing break on those abs. Well done. Okay, We're gonna get straight back into it. Big breath into those abs. We're gonna go again, lifting up that chest on an exhale, lowering on an inhale. If anyone wants to make it a little bit tougher this round, you can lift those knees into tabletop, makes it a little bit more challenging. Just make sure you're keeping those knees over your hips. Don't let them come in towards your stomach like this. Really keep them up there. Lovely. We're here for 3. For 2. Holding up on 1. This time we go to that left side. Dropping our feet again if you had them up, just so we're making ourselves nice and symmetrical. Really nice, guys. We're 6. For 5. Lovely. Relax that neck. Keep that chest high. 4. It's just that side body that's really twisting around. For 2. Not sure if I lost count there. Final 1. Back to center and little pulses for 7, 6, 5. Nearly done. For 3, 2, and 1. Lowering down. Ooh, I am feeling that in the abs today. Lovely work, everyone. A little breather here. Okay, we only have 1 little round of abs left and we are done in this position, I promise, okay? We're gonna really try to bring those knees into tabletop for the chest lifts this time. We're not here for long. We're just gonna go for 4 chest lifts, okay? Big exhale to lift, inhale to lower. That's 1. For 2. 3. Holding up on 4 and little pulses with those arms or little hundreds for 8, for 7. Little higher with that chest for 5. Last 4, for 3, and 2, and 1. Lowering down for that last time. So strong, guys. Well done. Okay, we're coming onto our sides, getting those hips or glutes or bum muscles involved again. We're lying on kind of side of our elbow, side of our arm, like a nice little pillow. Bring those knees up so they're opposite the hips and send those ankles down. So you're kind of making this nice perpendicular shape or box shape with your legs out in front. We're stacking those feet, but we're lifting them off the ground. Feet are up, knees are down and together, and we're lifting that top knee up and down. Lovely. Big exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Key to this one makes it much harder. Can you really think about creating a gap between the side of your body and the ground below? I'm not saying you're going to be able to create that gap. Do not worry if you can't. We are all created biomechanically differently, but just imagine you're creating that gap. So really suck in that side body. It makes it so much harder. Well done. For these next few, as we lift that top leg, we're going to extend with the pointed foot. Feet come back, knee lowers. So knee up, extend that leg comes back, knee down. Really nice. Can we get a little bit higher as that clam opens up? Lovely, guys. We're here for 3. Really strong. Really focusing on tucking in that side body for 2. And we've got 1 final one left. Keep that top leg up. Drop the bottom foot. Top leg is up. We're going for little circles. Flex that foot this time instead of pointing. So we have a flexed foot. We're drawing circles with our knee in front of us. Lovely. For 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. And we're going the opposite way, drawing those circles anti-clockwise this time. Lovely, guys. For 4, 3, and 2. Final 1. Dropping down. Tap out that glute. Really strong. We're coming up now onto our forearm. This is just a useful way to describe getting into it. So we have our forearm here. As you keep your forearm there, keep it stuck to the mat. We're twisting our body so that our knees are both on the ground. So it's kind of like we're in all fours, but our forearm is in front of us. That spare hand, you can stack it on top there, on top of the other hand. So we have a nice flat back, even though it's slanted down. It's nice and straight and neutral. We're extending that left leg. So the leg that we just worked, we're extending that. we're going to twist open our hips so they're not shining down, they're twisting outwards, and we're going to lift and lower that top leg. I have a soft bend in my elbow of that same arm, pointing that toe. Lovely, guys. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift for 6. Can we get a little bit higher for 5? Lovely, last 4. Shining those hips outward for 3, for 2. Holding up there on 1. We're bringing that knee into the elbow, extending it out long. Into the elbow on an inhale, long on an exhale for 6. Lovely for 5. Well done, guys. Last 4, feeling that on the opposite glute as well for 3. So we're getting the abs and the glutes involved here. Final 1, can we keep that leg long? We're coming up onto both hands. This time we're going down for push-ups on an inhale, pressing up on an exhale. Just center myself again. Lovely. Extending that leg. I know those glute muscles are working hard. We haven't had a break. If you need one, take a super quick child's pose. Otherwise, we're here for 4. Last 3. Really nice, guys, for 2. Sending those elbows directly back to the ribs. Final 1. Dropping that knee down. Send the knees wide, big toes together. We'll take a well-deserved child's pose. So extend out those arms, drop the forehead to the mat, and deep breaths here. Really nice, guys. That is not easy. I'm going to flip around to that other side. You can just stay as you are, whatever is easiest. I just want to be facing the camera. We're going to go into clams on that other side. So resting your head on your arm again. We've got those knees out in front of the hips, a nice box shape with our lower body. Remember, we're sucking in that side body. If you can also come up onto your, kind of rest your head in your hand if that's easier. It's also slightly easier to make that nice kind of pocket between your side and the mat. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to, lift up those feet. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Really try get this elbow or arm in line with the body. So your nice straight line, really nice. Trying to create this pocket here or gap between your side body and the mat. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Can we start to bring in that straight leg? So we open, extend that pointed toe, bring it back, lower that knee. Definitely feels harder this time because we've worked this glute a little bit more with those other exercises. Really nice. Getting into every major muscle group with this class. Lovely, guys, for 4. This is so good for your hip mobility as well, opening it out. Really nice. Okay, we've got 2. Lovely. Final 1. Holding that leg up there, you can drop the bottom leg. We're going for little circles clockwise for 7, 6. Lovely, guys. Little bit bigger for those circles for 3, 2. Flex that foot, and we go opposite direction for 8, for 7. Break after this. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping down. Oh my goodness, tap out that glute. And we're very quickly coming up onto that forearm once more. We'll just spin around with those knees, placing that other hand on top. We're going to extend that right leg again, open out those hips so they're shining forward, and we're lifting and lowering with that pointed toe. Lovely. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. You can have a soft bend in that arm. Lovely, guys. For 4, a little bit higher with those lifts. For 3, shining those hips out. 2, holding up on 1, elbow and knee meet, or knee comes in to meet the elbow. Really imagine you're lifting that knee all the way over a box and around. So we're not going under the body, we're going out and around. It makes it a lot harder for 4. Really nice, guys. For 3. We're so close to being done. For 2. Lovely. Final 1. Keep that leg extended. We're coming up back into those push-ups. Send those elbows directly back towards the ribs. Exhale to lift. Really strong. These are lovely and slow for a reason. Okay, we're here for 3. Final 2. Make these lovely and deep. Keep that back solid, core engaged. Final 1. Dropping those knees. And take a well-deserved child's pose. Well done, everyone. Really strong. Breathing lovely and deep into that lower back. You can imagine you've got a balloon in your lower back. Every time you inhale, you're trying to send the air down to inflate that balloon. And when you're ready, we are coming back onto all 4s. Again, stay where you are. Just spinning around so you can see me. Back on all 4s. Nice flat back. This time, we're going to be flexing our left foot. We're bringing that leg up into a donkey kick. Inhale to lower. And we exhale, we bring it out into a fire hydrant or a peeing dog. Whatever you want to call it. Lovely. Okay, so we're donkey kick on an exhale, down on an inhale, fire hydrant on an exhale, down on an inhale. Soft bend in those elbows so we're nice and relaxed in our upper body. It's just our abs and mainly our glutes, our hips doing the work here, guys. So really try keep that back lovely and flat. Only lift up into that donkey kick as much as you can without that lower back compensating. Really nice. Okay, we're here for 4. Lovely. Keep that body still if you can. It's just that hip that's moving. Last 2. Really strong. Lovely, guys. Final 1. And we're going to do just 8 donkey kicks in a row. Little pulses at the top for 8, 7. Flex that foot for 5. For 4, last 3, for 2, and 1. Drop that knee down, tuck those toes, and we're up in a little all 4s, raise knees. We're extending that left leg, bring it back. Extend that right leg, bring it back. All the while our body is staying so still. You can have a soft bend in those elbows. It's just the lower body moving here, keeping those knees low. That is crucial. Lovely, guys. We're here for 4. Really nice. Well done. For 3. Last 2. Back is lovely and straight, guys. Well done. Final 1. And slowly, but surely, dropping down and relax into that child's pose. Lovely deep breath here. Well done, guys. We're not wasting too much time. We're going to flip around before we do that other side. We're getting those triceps involved a little bit more. So we have a bit of a sequence here. We're going to be doing some tricep dips and then we're going into a bit more ab work. So follow me, but we're going to do this 3 times, okay? But we're going to fly through it. 3 times where we go between tricep dips and some ab twists. I'll show you. So pop those hands behind you, coming up onto those wrists. Hips are nice and high. We're going for 10 dips. So we inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Rather than sending those elbows out wide, again, like those push-ups, they're going directly backwards. Really nice, guys. We've only got 5 more. For 3, we're making these nice and slow. For 2, lovely. Final 1, dropping down that bum, feet come up in the air, interlace those fingers, and we're twisting one side back to center. Other side, back to center. Notice how slow and controlled we're trying to be. That lower body is not moving at all. Well done. For 4, Last 3, keeping those legs as still as you can, leaning back a little bit more for 2. And final 1, popping those feet down, arms come back behind. We have 2 more rounds, so we know what's coming this time. Can we get those hips a little higher this time? Lowering down on an inhale, up on an exhale. That's 7. Well done, guys. For 6, for 5, last 4. Little bit more weight into that upper body instead of the lower for 2. Final 1, dropping down. Feet come straight up and we twist. Side to side. Big exhale as you twist to one side. Inhale to center. Lovely. We've got 5. Nice, straight back. Can we get a little bit further back in that lean? I know it hurts the balance. We're here for 3. Little bit more with that twist. How far back can you get the elbow for 2? Final 1. And we have 1 more round. We are so close. Hips high. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. We're balancing on those heels. Lovely. For 6. For 5. Last 4. For 3. Last 2. And we are done with tricep dips on 1. Last twist here. Lovely. Let's get as far around in those twists as we can. So we're like how we were twisting our spine earlier. We're also getting that benefit out of these. For 5. Last 4. Little bit further back in that C curve. For 3. Last 2. Final 1, guys. Make it lovely and twisted. And we can slowly come down and take a nice relaxing wiggle side to side. Maybe as you're here, you could go for a little bit of a stretch in those shoulders and the backs of the arms. I'm just hooking one arm around the other. Get a nice stretch in the back of the shoulders. Lovely. If you want to sit up quickly, we can get the backs of those arms. So one hand going all the way down your back. And we've the other arm pulling on that elbow, little stretch in that tricep. Lovely. Okay, are we ready? We're back on all 4s now like we were earlier. We're just going to even ourselves out. So we're going to extend that right leg this time. With that flexed foot, we're going up into a donkey kick, out the side into a fire hydrant. Remember, we're exhaling as we lift the leg up, inhaling as it comes back to center. Really nice, guys. We're trying to keep that whole body still. Really avoid letting that lower back arch. So don't lift into that donkey kick too much if you find your lower back is arching. We're just working the glutes here as opposed to the back. Lovely. We're here for 3 more. Last 2. Can we get a bit higher out to the side? Well done. Final 1. We're finishing with those donkey pulses for 8. 7, as if you're sending that heel directly up to the sky for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping down. Tuck those toes again. Knees come just an inch off the mat, and this time instead of sending those legs long, we're twisting to the side, almost trying to tap down our hip back to center. Remember, when we come back to center, those knees are just an inch off the mat. Exhale as we twist. Inhale to center. Lovely, guys. I'm bending the elbow of that arm that I'm moving away from, so it's kind of like a single arm push up as well. Lovely. We've only got 3. Really nice, guys. 2. Final 1. Dropping down. Take a breather. Well done. So strong. Stretch out those arms. Stretch out that back. Loosen out those wrists if you need. And when you're ready, we're coming into a bit of a down dog. So we're tucking those toes, sending our hips up nice and tall towards the ceiling. You can stretch out those calves. If it feels good, you can pedal out or you can hold. And we're going to slowly start walking our hands in towards our feet, keeping our hips high. We're going to roll up nice and tall. Roll those shoulders back. And we are going to be done very shortly. We're just finishing in standing, keeping those legs working hard, okay? So we're going to do lunges on one side into a quick plank, lunges on the other side. If we have time for a quick plank, we'll do another quick one and then we are done, I promise. It sounds like a lot, but we will fly through it. We're going to start this time with that left leg forward. We're coming down into a runner's lunge to begin. So my hands are either side of my foot as if I'm at the start of a sprint line. Nice straight back. I'm leaning all my weight into that front leg and that back leg is coming in, tapping down and out. You can see it's a very light tap down. I'm barely tapping it. Inhale in, exhale, send that leg long for 6, for 5. Lovely. Can we get a little bit lower in that front leg for 4? Last 3. Well done, guys. 2. Final 1. Keep that leg long. We're standing tall. Keep our balance. And we're slowly coming down into a lunge, standing back up on an exhale. More like a split squat, to be honest. We inhale to lower, send those arms high. Exhale to stand tall. Row those arms back. So we're squeezing those shoulder blades back together, working those mid to upper back muscles as we lunge. Lovely. For 5. For 4. Can we get a little bit lower? For 3. Last 2. Whoa. I'm on a very foamy mat, that's my excuse. Okay, we're down in 1, holding here. Lift that heel up, lower it down, up and down for 6, for 5. Well done, guys. I know this is getting the front of that thigh. For 3, last 2, and 1. Keep that heel down, little pulses to finish for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stepping tall. Shake out those legs. That stepping tall is always the hardest part. We're going to go super quick into a nice roll down at the bottom of our mat. Walking out into a plank. And we're just going for little hip lifts and lower. It's very subtle. You can see I'm trying to bring my ribs in towards my hips. Back to a plank. For 6, lovely. For 5, for 4, my feet are staying where they are. For 3, working the legs as well here. For 2, and 1, holding in that plank, tip forward and back, little toe pivots. We've only got 6, lovely. For 5, last 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Walking those hands in. Well done, guys. We've got this. I know I'm not giving you any break, but it will pay off, I promise, because we are so close to being done. We're going into that right leg this time. Bringing those hands either side of that foot straight back. We'll go right into it. That left leg comes in on an inhale, out on an exhale. Lovely, guys. Really strong. I know this side is always harder because even though we're lunging on one leg, that other leg is working. So we've worked harder on this side already. We're only here for 4, for 3, looking just half a meter in front of you. Final 1, keep that leg long. We're stepping up into a lunge. We're going to bring those arms in again, nice and tall, and rowing back. I really want you squeezing those shoulder blades back at the top. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. For 6, for 5, Well done, guys. Last bit of lower body work here. We've got this. For 3. Last 2. Final 1, we're holding down. Lift that heel, lower it down. For 5. For 4, don't let that bottom knee creep up. For 2. And 1, keep that heel down. Little pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stepping tall, guys. Last bit of work here, I promise. We are done after this. This is such a strong class, so well done for sticking with it. We are so close now. Roll those shoulders back. Exhale as you lower down, stretch the back of those legs. We're walking out into our final bit of work of the class. We're back in a plank. This time we're going for little hip dips down to one side, back to center, down to the other side, back to center. Soft bend in those elbows. Well done. Go as far as you can till you feel those side abs switch on. Back to center. Lovely. We're here for 4. Really nice. For 3. Your abs are definitely going to thank you for this one. For 2. Final 1. And we're finishing off with those toe pivots like last time. Forward and back for 8. This is it, guys. We are done after this, I promise. For 5, for 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Dropping down. And you get to take this child's pose knowing that we are completely done with this class. Stretching out that lower back, stretch those arms in front. And I'm going to stop talking for a moment just so you can fully relax into this and take some pride in the workout you've just done. When you're ready, coming up, we're going to bring that left knee up towards the left wrist into a pigeon pose. So leaning over that knee, get that lovely stretch in the back of the hip bone. If it feels good, you can kind of come up into a little swan or a cobra. Little extension on that mid to upper back. Only if it feels good. Do whatever feels right for you in this moment. We're going to slowly switch to that other side. Right knee comes forward. I hope you are as chuffed as I am for getting that done, guys. Coming into that extension. Those longer classes are not easy, but hopefully you'll agree once you get going, the time goes quicker than you think. We're coming up into a nice seated position. We're going to close down those eyes. I'm going to talk us through one big arm circle. So we're going to take a deep inhale. Send those arms out lovely and wide. Send them overhead as you interlace those fingers. We'll pause at the top. Open those eyes, take an inhale, and as you exhale, send those arms wide and down. And we are finished. I am so chuffed that you stuck with me for that, guys. I promise your bodies, your minds will thank you for it for the rest of the day and the rest of the week. So I hope you'll join me again soon. Thanks, guys.